Hello guys, welcome to my channel for new battle report. 6th game of WTC 2021 single. I was in the quarter-final stage facing Bognog, player from the UK. So this is how it looks like, even 3 at this stage. I put also the armies so that you can see a little bit who is left. So we have 3 Demon Legion and the rest is pretty spread out against multiple among multiple army. It's also interesting to point out the fact that an army like Sylvan Elves, or maybe sometimes also like Vampire lists that are not so offensive, can still go through this kind of event, which wouldn't have been the case because in typical solo event you mostly see very aggressive army that are able to reach the top because they can do big score. For example, the Sylvan Elves often struggle to win an event like ESC, for example. Standard Sylvan Elves. If you design it to be very aggressive, maybe why not? But you see what I mean. Also, for example, Vermin Swarm, not known as a very aggressive army, sometimes struggle to get a high score to be really a winner of an event. But here it's not the case. It's a knockout. So, every army has chance to go very far in this type of event, which was, I think, an interesting aspect to point out from the WTC single. So here we go. My list always the same. My opponent was playing. You have 2-3, an Avatar of Nature, a Tree Father, 2 Druid, a Chieftain BSB, 2 Binding Scroll, 4 scoring units that are infantry. We have 1 unit of Archer, 1 unit of Dryad, 1 unit of Forest Guard, 1 unit of Rangers. So 3 combat infantry unit, medium size unit we can say, and then 3 shooty units. So it's a mix. 2 monsters, 3 close combat infantry unit, 4 unit of shooting supported by a little bit of magic and binding scroll. So balanced list. Not typical Sylvan Elves, I would say, but quite effective. And Josh until this game was able to get 5 wins out of his 5 games, so definitely a good performance from him, and also showing that the list is quite stable. And like I always do before the game, try to write down the things that are just as a reminder, just not to forget some aspect. For example, that the trees are stubborn might be quite important. Also the fearless on the forest rangers, and also I try to just remember what type of matchup within the match I want to have, what are my possible counters combat wise, but also, for example, here the Avatar, I don't have really an answer in combat. In this case, my range damage need to focus the things that I cannot take with combat, basically. We played Encircle, King of the Hill. You have here my spell selection, so I took as many blasts as I could take with the Great Prophet and Great Bull of Shamut. Basically, I have a lot of juicy target here. And then I took Raven's Wing and Twisted Effigy. Matchup analysis. So, my feeling was once I kill the Avatar, I should be in control, because basically then the Anointed unit is very strong in the game. Bastion unit also will be very hard to fight, so I was really focused in getting rid of the Avatar as soon as I could. It's a lot of points, and as soon as I've dealt with him, I should be fine. In case I need to dedicate 1 chaff for him, in case I need more time. My main tool are my range damage tool, basically Mark for Doom, Rocket Battery Flaming, obviously an amazing tool against the trees. And then I have also the Bastion with the Flaming Banner, so definitely some good tools here. I need to be careful not to suffer too much early. I knew the Kadim Titan was a key piece in this game. If he kills my Kadim Titan, I've made some calculation. If I'm in open field and he can put all his shooting against me, he could kill me in 2 rounds. So if I don't start, I get only 1 shooting phase before I die. And then if I'm not here anymore with Kadim Titan, it will be very hard to kill the trees. So I needed to be careful to scare a little bit the shooters, target them with my small blast, and then also use cover for my big beast. Bastion and Anointed are quite good in the game. Obviously they need to be a little bit careful, especially the Anointed need to be careful from the Avatar, because if he goes in duel against my BSB, I'm not okay, so I need to be careful, but still I have some good scoring here that are superior to his scoring. Game plan: first priority would be to deal with the Avatar, then second priority to reduce number of shooters, because you know it is with shooters. If they shoot you a lot, kill stuff, then I'm behind on points, and then I have pressure to get the points back and be in front. So that could be problematic. Can also make some bad surprise. So I need to be careful. And I mean, later on, position my scoring unit, especially the big anointed unit, to go in combat and challenge for the secondary. I knew the anointed going in 1-1 fight against his scoring unit, I should be fine. So deployment, because of my analysis of the game, I knew that I wanted some particular matchup. I wanted to see where it goes, basically. So I let him deploy for first turn, so I picked the side. I won the roll for side. I was quite happy because I felt that if he won the side, he would take the same as me and then pick the forest as king of the hill. And then basically you can make like 6 inch and go in the corner, and it's impossible for me to get it. So I was really happy to won the side, and then I picked the water train as king of the hill, and he decided to pick the wall. Basically also taking attacker over defender. Usually I like to take defender for encircle because I think it's often better, but in this case it was much better to take attacker because it didn't allow him to pick the wall, and that was really huge because I didn't want him to have the wall to defend. I mean, this is a strong position that you can really good, it's not too hard to defend. I mean, you can even hide the 3-man here, protect a bit the wall and not fear the range damage. So I thought I cannot give him the wall, so he picked this wall, which is makes totally sense, and decided to put his forest in the front. We exchanged a couple of drop. He told me you can start to drop. I put some vassal, and then I saw that after a couple of drop, he decided to split a bit the forces, which surprised me because, to be honest, what I expected when I did my prep was more him being on one side of the board, using the train and really defending his train rather than going for mine. Basically, I expected him to defend his train, shoot me, and try to win the range damage war. That's what I expected. So I waited, and then he dropped at +5 to start the game, and he put the following. So all the shooters here that are skirmisher are in scout. So I didn't see them at the time, but he put the 2-3 guys in the center, a dryad on the left, rangers on the right with the character, then you have the spear block and the ranger in the back. And the way I responded, I thought, first of all, so you need to think what I put at this time was like them, and them. I guess that was it, more or less. And maybe even the chariot. But then, what I needed to figure out was, where is he going to put his shooter? If he puts them to one flank, good thing is, if he puts them there, my Great Bull is really safe to operate like he wants. Kadim as well. If he puts them to the left, then the chariot could be fine. Kadim could be slightly in danger, but still I have some trade that I can use. And then he can put them in the center, so I need to split the juicy target for him, and especially Great Bull and Kadim Titan. So what I did, I put my Great Bull on the left in soft cover in case he put all his shooting on the left. Kadim Titan within the forest to gain some soft cover, and then I put a strong right flank. So as you read in the matchup analysis, my idea was more to put the anointed to go for the objective, but when I saw what he did, I needed some very strong right flank to avoid him going straight at me. So I put the anointed on the right, bastion nearby, a chaff piece, and then the chariot. I thought the chariot, it's interesting because the way he puts his shooting after he saw my deployment allow my chariot to be in a zone where I couldn't be killed easily, and I could get the matchup I want, meaning the chariot against the spear that wound me on 6 up. Could be a nice matchup, especially sensitive to my fear. Could be some hard steadfast to take, so I was, I guess, quite happy the way it went. So he's turn 1. To my surprise, the avatar decided to remain in the open field, leaving me with some interesting shots. So he pushed forward slightly with everything, and as you can see, he made a very nice move here by protecting all the shooters with the 2-3 guys. So you have 2 combat on the side, 2 combat unit, and then the stubborn 3 guys, and basically ready to countercharge. And then protected by that, you have all your shooters within very nice position to shoot at my Kadim Titan or Anointed. So I think that was very well done by him early on. And then he pushed to the side with the spear guy to basically force the Anointed to take care of them or make me risk the fight in a 1-on-1 situation. The magic phase, he put +1 strength on Rangers. I think he left me with an 11 swift stride charge, which could have been really annoying for him, because if I break him, that's almost the game here. I mean, that could be very bad for him. So he decided to take no risk. He gave them +1 strength, and then he gave me minimized charge on them, and he failed the hereditary onto the avatar to protect him from my shooting. Out of all his shots, I passed 2 save with Kalim Titan, and he did 1 wound to me, and I did 2 save with the Anointed. So I could have been much worse for me this shooting phase. My turn 1. So yeah, basically I thought about multiple options that I had on the right, and I thought the fact that the avatar is on the open field and that no other unit can really counter charge, can get an easy charge, then he can come alone. I can set up plenty of charges. It's still a 7 for him on 2 dice. He can fail, and I can get basically Bastion shooting phase and Kalim Titan shooting phase still within the forest. So I thought that's a nice opportunity, and I'm not sure he will be willing to charge if I can counter charge with a lot of things. So I don't know. We'll see what he does. Then I decided to put some distance between the Anointed and the Bull, basically to force the Dryad to go either way and then offer me a flank at some point. And yeah, I set up in case he decide to charge my chaff, I can always flee with them, and then the Great Bull or Kalim Titan can counter charge, so that could be very risky for him. And I just reformed them to make a little bit of space. Yeah, that was a bit problematic. My Archer guy were a bit too close from the Titan, then it was hard to move that big block, so I needed to reform them, and I lost a couple of shots in the process. In the Magic phase, he decided to binding Ravenswing. I think he feared my Bastion going wild and coming into this kind of spot between the both 3 guys and shooting at his unit. I think that was what he feared a lot here, so he decided to binding that one. Then I use Pentagram of Pain, kill 1 Sentinel. I'm able to get Twisted Effigy onto this unit to diminish a little bit his shooting, and I fail the Breast Weapon. I shoot everything at him, so Bastion unit did nothing. Kalim Titan, 1 wound. He has a ward save to make before my multiple wound, and he passes the 5-up ward save, so I do nothing this round. So yeah, that was not what I wanted. His turn 2, he decided to take 2 charges. So first, the Avatar, I decided to use Flaming Banner, I stand and shoot. I get 10 hits on 5-up. I was like, ooh, this is going to be very nice. I roll 2 wounds, then I reroll the other, but I don't wound. So I did 2 wounds total, which was still very nice. And he tried also the Rangers, which surprised me a little bit. It was a 10 on 2 dice, and he failed that charge, which opens the charge for the Anointed on the flank, and he's fearless basically. So he decided to give me some choice and pushes forward with the spear block, basically to tell me, yeah, you can charge me, but then my Rangers are fine, or you can charge them, but then I can see you a little bit. So that was his idea. And he decided also to bring back the 3-man in case, yeah, he needs to charge next turn, or he needs to counter charge, depending what I do with them. So yeah, this opened the games a little bit. He really went for it and passes the 7 but failed the 10. I think, to be honest with you, if he passes the 10 as well, I think it still would have been sufficient to be steadfast, because I have a champion to challenge the Avatar. So then we have only these guys against my parry Bastion unit, and with the new Infernal Branch rule, I would have been steadfast. So them going into combat, I think it's a huge risk, because it's a huge risk that I can basically charge with much more, counter charge with much more. Only the Avatar that is stubborn, it's different, but if I go against them as well, yeah, I don't know. I think that was a little risk, and especially since it opens the flank, it's too big of a risk to take it, in my opinion. In his Magic phase, so he did -2 offensive onto my Infernal Warrior to make the crush attack harder to do. He heals a wound into my Avatar. I really wanted to dispel Truth of Time. It's a 5 on 3 dice, but if he gets me the double minimize, and if I fail it, that would be really, really bad for me. So I really wanted to dispel that one, even if that means get heal a wound onto the Avatar. And then I dispelled the 2d6 onto my Kalim Titan, and yeah, dispel Truth of Time. Close combat, take a challenge, pass my steadfast 9 rollable, all fine. And shooting, he tried to shoot at my Kalim Titan, but nothing wound me, so no 6s this time. My turn 2, I decided to go against them. Basically my choice was either the combo charge against them, but then the problem is my BSB will be out of the Bastion range. And I cannot let him break me, reform, counter charge, so I need to secure the 9 rollable, so I took that charge. I thought, yeah, I mean, Ranger in the flank, that's a golden opportunity. I'm really hoping to catch them, destroy them, do a lot. The Chariot, in the meantime, since I checked that if I pursue, I only need the 4 Swift Ride to go out of arc, so I thought I should be fine. Then I just move the Chariot to the side, make sure that he cannot go out of arc, and yeah, I have time for the Chariot to charge. They just move back to be out of charge range of them. Here is in combat. Here I move slightly back to not be in range from the Tree Father, and I move the Kalim Titan within short range of the Tree Father but out of arc. So that's the idea. The Great Bull moves within the forest to gain some cover and cast some spell against Tree Father, and they didn't move as well. In the magic phase, I roll a pentagram, I dispel that, I'm able to get Twisted Effigy onto them. I tried to put an hereditary to hit on 3 up, but he dispelled that. And then shooting phase. So yeah, I did only Twisted Effigy actually this turn, which is pretty poor. Shooting phase, I managed to do 3 wounds with Kalim Titan in short range, but with soft cover against the Tree Father. So that was really, really nice. Close combat, he did perfect onto my Bastion, did 6 wounds to me. I passed my non-rollable, all good. And then Rangers, I left 6 of them, which is one too much to my taste, but I left 6 of them, and he fled, roll an 8, I roll only a 6, so I don't catch him, which is, yeah, not a good news for me. He's turn 3, he turns to face me, he puts all his shooting ready to shoot at them, rally them, chaffs me, which is bad, backs a little bit the 3-man that has only 2 wounds left, and backs also them, move Pathfinder to the side, and Avatar is still in combat. In the magic phase, he did Nice and Fire onto my Anointed, did 2 wounds. He passed +1 to hit onto the Archer. I dispelled the heal onto 3-man, and he was able to get minimized charge onto my Kalim Titan. He feared that I could charge him, break him, overrun the flank, I guess. Shooting with these 3 units, he did 5 wounds to my guy here. Even more, I guess. No, yeah, 2 wounds with Ice and Fire, and then 5 wounds with the shooting. So I have only 2 guys left plus the BSB, which is not a lot. I didn't expect that with Resilient 5, 3+ armor save guys, so that was a big surprise. Close combat, he killed the Bastion, I passed the 8 rerollable, so I'm still okay. Still have a couple of bodies to last a bit more. My turn 3, so yeah, basically I had choice to make. With 3 guys left, if I charge here, and if he breaks me next turn, I need to keep in mind that it will be 8 rerollable now. I have no Bastion anymore, it's 8 rerollable, 8 rerollable. If I break, he charge me, gets me, he can kill my BSB, get everything. So I cannot afford that, I need to move the BSB out. But still within 12 of the Bastion, and with 6 of them, because if they die, I need the leadership from the BSB, so I need to be within 6 for Infernal Brand. And at the same time, I need to deal with that unit, because yeah, there is I mean, that's a weak spot at the moment. So I charge the Chariot, I prepare the BSB in counter charge, BSB within 6 of them, BSB within 12 of them, and within 12 of them. And my thought process was, these 2 guys remaining, 6 wounds, 3 up, resilience 5, I push forward, he cannot chaff with them, so either he gives me a shooting unit as a chaff, or next turn I can charge the Archer with, even if it's only a champion with 2 wounds, that could be enough to deal with the Archer. I move my Kalim Titan within the forest to shoot at short range on the Tree Father. I want to deal with him. I also position my Great Bull of Shamut to have Mark for Doom against him and some other magic. And here I didn't move much. Here as well. I want to get all these bow shots with Volifier against this unit. In the magic phase, I put Mark for Doom onto the 3-man. I took no risk. I don't want to put magic elsewhere. I want to be sure that the 3-man dies. I put Mark for Doom, kill the 3-man, so that's job done. I was happy. Then I tried to cast Twisted Effigy onto Pathfinder, dispel that. I got a Pentagram of Pain onto the Ranger, only killed 1. And then the Archer killed another 2 Rangers. Close combat. To my surprise here, he fluffed completely. He lost by 1, so he has a stubborn 9 with no reroll. Would have been very funny if he failed that one, but he passes, no problem. Close combat here, yeah, so it's the BSB was here at this point, so it's a fear check. That was also very important in my decision to charge, because it's a fear check on a 7, no reroll, and then it's most likely a steadfast on a 7, no reroll. I thought I have a good chance of breaking him. So he takes the fear check, passes the 7, then he goes before me. It's 13 attack on a 2+6+, roll 4 wounds, 4 ward save, fail all 4, I'm dead. So he gets the best thing that you can hope for in the 9th stage, which is the free pivot in the opponent's turn, because then on your turn you can charge 360 where you want. Yeah, that's what not I expected. He charged the vassal, I flee, passes the redirect check, decided to charge onto the flank of them. I think it was just due to the objective being here that he decided not to go against the Anointed, because he would have been a bit too far off this. So I think that's why he decided to redirect onto them. It was a 12 2 dice rollable. He failed that one, but he got the 7 2 dice with the Rangers against my Bastion unit. I mean the Infernal Warrior. Since I could charge next turn, this time decided to give me a face with the Dryad against the Kadim Titan. And yeah, that's it. Magic face. So, 2d6 against Kadim Titan, I roll 1 save. Auto wound, Touch of the Heart, I think it's called Touch of the Heart against Kadim Titan, did 1 wound to me. Shooting, yeah. All these guys, they kill my 2 remaining Anointed perfectly, 6 wound, exactly what he needed. So, yeah, a bit disappointing, but what can I do? So, they die, 2 shooting face and 1 ice and fire. They 5 Anointed dead, so that was a big surprise for me, and that's almost 600 points gone. So yeah, I'm losing on points right now, and scenario it's not won, so it will be hard. What else can I tell you? Close combat, yeah, I did another wound to the Kadim Titan with shooting, but I passed a couple of ward save. I was very lucky with the Kadim Titan all game long, passes more than 1/2 ward save, I guess. I was very successful with this 5-up ward save. Close combat, so these guys, he did this time exactly what he needed to break me. Yeah, it's not the worst time, because next it's my turn. So he break me, I mean auto break, and he decided to try to chase me, because the Avatar of Nature with a roll of 7 would catch them and be able to pass a leadership check to reform, which is nice. But fortunately for me, he rolled only a 4, and this unit chase and catches my Infernal Warrior, so he got a lot of points. Yeah, then yeah, I guess that's it. My turn 4. So I decided, yeah, I need to make sure I can win scenario. So I will bring the Great Bull to help over there. BSB move to the side at the moment, just ready in case he wants to come here. I can charge him in the flank, and maybe with that also I give myself some option. They move out of arc to shoot here. They rally. The Great Bull moves forward, still within the forest, take no risk, but within 12 for Grave Call. And here I decided to take double charge. Yeah, I decided not to take any risk. I lost a wound due to DT, still 3 wounds left. He wounds me only on 6 up. Obviously a couple of Dryad can reroll to wound, but still 6 up, it's not a lot. I should be fine, just making sure I can deal with them properly. Yeah, or the choice could have been to move the Titan back and shoot at the Avatar, and just send them alone against them, but then I need to be confident that I can deal with Dryad just with 3 Anointed in the flank. That could have been also a solution. So basically that's how it went. Yeah, I just decided it's the secondary here. Let's take really absolutely no risk. You never know what can happen, so let's take no risk. But also, obviously, yeah, the 4 shots onto the Avatar could have been really nice. Especially, I don't know, maybe even short range was possible. So that was also an interesting choice to make. The Binding Scroll Grave Call, obviously. I got a Twisted Effigy off onto this archer. Mark for Doom against the Avatar fails. I try to put Toxic Breath, fail, and then I get Pentagram, kill 1 ranger. So Pentagram of Pain was really a pain this game, and then shooting, kill another ranger, but there is still 1 left. Close combat. So yeah, I go with Kadim Titan, same time as him, a couple of impacted. Kadim Titan, he rolled 3 wounds against me, I fail all 3 ward save, kills the Titan. Oh, shit. I go with them, but between 3 impacted, 3 storms, 12 attack on 3+3+, and 3 attack from Titan plus 2 hit from Molten Copper, I kill only 6. So not a lot. He passes the Steadfast on the 8, he passes the Reform on the 8. So this is going to be not an easy fight anymore, and I lost 400 points of Titan. So yeah, this game is not going the good way until now. His turn 5, he goes for the touchdown, marches here, put the BSB behind within 12. Puts the Avatar to avoid me charging here. Rangers passes the march check, goes here. Yeah, Avatar passes also the march check, goes here. Here is in combat, position all the shooters and stuff. In the magic phase, I use my binding scroll on +1 strength, because if he puts that on the Dryad, basically I will lose the game. So I binding scroll that one. He goes 2d6 against them, kills 4. He try to put +2 offensive on them. I dispel that. And then he kills some vassal with shooting. I pass the 9 panic check with no reroll. And the archer, 17 archer, try to shoot at the bull but do nothing. Close combat, this time I rolled really well. I do 7 wounds. I do 2 armor save against his wounds. And he breaks from combat. So that's really nice. And here, important decision, I decide not to chase. Because in case I chase and I take some DTs from ruin, DTs from forest, and I lose 2 wounds and I panic, then I could lose scenario. So I pass my restraint check, no risk. My turn 5, sorry I have no screenshot, but I took the charge with the BSB. I mean, I know he's not fearless. It's yeah, some hard leadership check for him to take with the Steadfast. I bring the bull forward into this position, reposition them. They don't move to shoot at him. They march 8 forward. Yeah, the turn before they use Relentless. He was in combat. And basically the idea here, I took a lot of time because I tried to make a column to avoid him going with the Avatar in front of the bull, and I don't see this unit, so I cannot charge. And I tried a lot of solution with Konga and stuff. There was no good solution, so what I did instead was just putting the bull here. And basically he has to choose. Either the Avatar goes in front of the bull, and then if I kill more than a rank, I cannot charge. But then these guys can charge, and between them and the BSB, maybe I have a chance of breaking him last turn. I don't know. Or he goes to chaff them, then the bull can charge. But between the bull and the BSB, I think I have a good chance of breaking him. So yeah, that's a little bit the situation that is going to be very, very dicey. My turn, so I try to cast Grave Call, but I fail. I do Mark for Doom, do 1 wound onto the Avatar. And I try to 5 dice Ravenswing to position the bull in a nice spot here to ensure the charge on last turn. But he dispelled that with 6 dice. I think what I should have done instead is 2 dice breast weapon onto the BSB. To make sure that I can kill them maybe in 3 rounds. And then 3 dice Ravenswing. I think that would have been a better choice in this case. Close combat, here he actually failed Steadfast, so 8 rerollable, he failed that, I break him. So that was really, really nice for me. And yeah, I had a hard decision. Basically I could reform with the BSB out of arc of the Avatar, or I could chase him to take the points and make sure he cannot rally, conga line, and get the objective. So I decided to do that. I chase him, I catch him, because I'm Swift Stride, I get those points, and basically I ended up here in the middle. His turn 6, he charged with the Avatar onto my guy. I flee. I needed a 7 Swift Stride to go over everybody. Took 1 wound from the DTs, and then I have a 9 no reroll to rally. Here I move back onto the ruin to make sure it's hard for him to kill me. He rallied the Dryad. And yeah, we'll do all his shooting against them. So I dispel Ice and Fire, obviously. He do all his shooting to make me test on a 9 no reroll. I passed the check. He did 2 wounds, so what he needed, and I passed the check. So I was fine. I will get the scenario, and then basically we counted the point at the start of my turn, and if I rally him, I won the game. 11-9, and I was able to rally him on a 9 no reroll. So I won the game on the scenario. So yeah, that was huge. +3 from objective again saves me here. So that was really, really tense. Post-game analysis. Yeah, I expected a more compact approach from the SC. It not caught me off guard, but I needed to adapt. And yeah, I opened the game. I think it was a good approach from the SC, especially the way he protected the shooter was really nice early on. Then the right flank, I should have been more patient. If you take a look at this picture, it's end of his turn 1. that's me to play. So he has no chaff here, no chaff at all. So if I stay patient here, I mean, I have some good strengths. I just move slightly forward, move the things. Don't give easy charge, just move the chaff a little bit forward as well. And then what can he do next turn? I mean, he can push with the avatar, sure. Then he go within short range of the Titan. Can he push with them? I don't think so, because they can be really destroyed by them. So I don't think really he can push that hard against this corner, and I can just wait, because the left corner, I'm just better than him. I have so many points on the left that I could take care. We saw that I was able to take care of the left corner because they've used the chaff, push forward, deal with the Tree Father, deal with them, and then slowly, yeah, you have the ball in a more central advanced position to also be annoying against the shooting and all the stuff. I was never able to do that. So I think definitely I was not patient enough. I just saw, yeah, oh, this is so nice. He has no cover turn one. Let's grab the opportunity. But yeah, in my head, what I had in mind before the game was rather, you move to be aggressive, I chaff, I shoot, you kill them, I shoot again, and then stand and shoot. At least get 3 rounds of shooting with the Bastion. And in this case, that was just not enough. So yeah, well done by my opponent, but I think it was not the right approach on the right flank. I was not able to use my chaff at all, so yeah, again, not patient enough. Some surprising CC, especially the chariot. I didn't expect that at all, and this caught me off guard, definitely. I had to react. Luckily for me, this didn't backfire so heavily. But yeah, still, that was a complicated situation after I lost the chariot in one go. And it was funny, this turn 2 opportunity, because yeah, you get the flank charge with Anointed against Rangers, no good counter charge. I was like, yeah, this looks really nice, but he can flee, he rally, and I'm in a bad spot. And at the end, in 2 phase, I just lost my Anointed. So I got 0 point, and I lost my Anointed with this move. This is just crazy. But I don't know, yeah, I think I cannot not charge. This is too good of an opportunity. Maybe I shouldn't have chased and to just reform, looking at the archer. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know exactly what I should have done better here. If I don't want to chase, then I need to charge with the chariot as well. Try to pin down the spear guy. I cannot do anything else. So then the next move would be restrain, look at the spear guy, and then next turn charge the spear guy. Charge the avatar in the back is also an option, but very risky for the BSB. Obviously I can decline the challenge, but still a risky move. I don't know. This turn 2, I think there are plenty of different options. I'm not sure which one was the best, but definitely this backfired heavily because I just lost almost 600 points of Anointed in this shooting phase. Regarding the list, yeah, the chariot again, I mean, it's a fragile piece. It's nice, it can zone stuff, it can do something in combat, but it's very fragile sometimes. I mean, these 4 wounds, you can lose them very quickly. And yeah, I was at a point of time where I thought he's moving slowly, Pathfinder towards the right. If I don't do anything, he can move them, shoot at me short range, do some magic, and then if I lose 1 to wound, I cannot go into combat anymore. So yeah, a bit frustrated by this performance. Occultism and Rocket together, I think this was a very big threat in this game, especially since it's flammable. I think, looking back at it, I should have maybe... Yeah, it's easy to say when you lose the Kadim Titan, but definitely the shoot against Avatar short range and not go in combat against Dryad, that could have been really, really nice, especially since the Dryad were giving the flank to the Anointed and not the other way around. I think I should have gone for the safe choice, just shoot at him again. If I can get short range, I mean, if I can deal with the Avatar, then I'm in control again, so... Yeah, I lost a little bit my focus here. And well done by the SE, like I said, good protection of the shooter. I was unable to target them without risking my bull. Also, yeah, due, like I said, how the game went, very open, a lot of combat, and I was not able to go too close to the Avatar with the Great Bull. And I mean, at the end, fine margin decided the outcome of the game. I did some mistakes. He did some choices at moment that, yeah, decided the outcome of the game. Definitely, there were plenty of choice possible, so that was really, really close for me to go out and be out of the tournament. So this was really, yeah, fine margin, like I said. And thanks a lot to Josh for the game. It was interesting to play against you, against your list. Surprised me a little bit. I expected to be more, to be in a easier game for me. I think I made myself the game harder than it should have been, so to say. But yeah, thanks a lot guys for watching the game. So I'm qualified for the semis. Will be an interesting game. I will keep you informed when this game is going to take place on my Discord channel. Bye bye.